Hey guys, wagwan, welcome back to Jamaican Cuisine. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing recipes. In this video, we will be making some teriyaki meatballs. Yum. Everyone has been asking for this recipe. I did like a shorts and even on TikTok, so I decided to go ahead and make a full recipe for you guys. So let's jump right into it. So I'm actually working with ground turkey, but you can use ground beef if you prefer. This is 3 pounds of ground turkey. I'm just gonna allow it to come to room temperature some more. In the meantime, we're gonna work on the other ingredients for our meatballs. So to my skillet, I added like 2 tablespoons of oil, and we're gonna go ahead and saute half of an onion. Once our onion has become nice and translucent, we're gonna go ahead and add 3 cloves of minced garlic. We're gonna mix that in together, allow it to get fragrant for around 3 to 4 minutes on medium-high flame. And then I'm just gonna add a pinch of red pepper flakes to that, and that's it. This we're gonna add to our meatball. This is definitely optional. This is the way I do mine. You don't have to saute your onions. You can use it raw, or you can just skip this step completely. So we're just gonna set this to the side, allow it to cool a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and season our ground turkey. So I added 4 tablespoons of breadcrumbs, and any breadcrumbs will work here. I also added around a teaspoon of dried basil, a teaspoon of salt, and you can always adjust the measurement of the salt based on your desire. I also added around a teaspoon of garlic powder. That's the black garlic powder that I used. To that, I also added around a teaspoon of dried thyme. I'm also gonna add a pinch of ground ginger to this, just to, bring the flavor up a little bit. This is totally optional. And I'm also gonna add around a teaspoon of fresh parsley. If you don't have fresh parsley, dried parsley will definitely work. I'm also gonna go ahead and add around a 1/4 cup of whole milk and around 2 heaping tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. After that, we're gonna go ahead and add our onion and garlic that we sauteed earlier, and then we're gonna mix it all up. So while making this video, guys, I realized that I did not add any egg to my ground turkey. I always use eggs when making meatballs because it's like the binder, it holds everything together, but for some weird reason I forgot to add the egg. But wow, these meatballs were like one of the most delicious ones I've ever made, so we'll see. But you can definitely go ahead and add 1 egg to this. So as you guys can see, I'm just mixing all the ingredients in together. You want to make sure that all the seasonings are like fully incorporated throughout every single part of our ground turkey or ground beef, whatever you're working with. And then once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and form our meatballs. There's no special way to make your meatballs. It depends on the sizes you like. I just take like a handful and just, kind of form it into like a golf ball. You could use an ice cream scooper. I know some people do that, but this is just how I make mine, and they're like almost the same size, so there's no special way to do it. And your meatballs don't have to be perfectly shaped. Guys, we're eating it. This is not a work of art, but at the same time, we don't want them to be big and ugly, right? So I'm just kind of like molding them a little bit to ensure that they're not so unattractive, I guess I could say. And while you're making your meatballs, at this time you should have a skillet going with some oil. You want to heat that up, or you could just pop these babies right inside the oven. But like I said, you can pop your meatballs right inside the oven at like 375 degrees Fahrenheit and bake them for like 15 to 20 minutes. However, I will be doing it stovetop. So we're gonna go ahead and add our meatballs to our hot oil, and we're gonna sear our meatballs for around 15 to 20 minutes as well. So let's say we're gonna do 5 minutes per side, like flipping back and forth. And guys, you want to ensure that you don't overcrowd the pot that much, because this is going to prevent them from getting that beautiful sear that we want. If you have to do 2 batches, go ahead and do that. So as you guys can see, I added around 3 sprigs of fresh thyme. Whenever I'm frying anything, I like to add some fresh herbs to that, you know, just to add extra flavor right throughout every step. So guys, I'm frying my meatballs 5 minutes per sides, and then I'm like flipping back and forth, making sure every side has a beautiful sear. Now we're gonna go ahead and make our teriyaki sauce. So I went ahead and I added around 1/4 cup of water. I also added 2 heaping tablespoons of brown sugar to that, and I'm also gonna add a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. Now I'm adding around 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. You can use ginger paste or fresh ginger if that's what you have. And I added around a tablespoon of honey. I also went ahead and added a teaspoon of rice vinegar, which is optional. I like to incorporate it when I'm making my teriyaki sauce. And last but not least, I added a teaspoon of sesame oil to that. Now we're gonna lower the flame and bring this to a simmer. So I allowed it to simmer for around 5 to 7 minutes, and then we're gonna make some cornstarch slurry just to thicken the sauce a little bit. So I did around 2 teaspoons of cornstarch to 2 tablespoons of water, and I just mixed that in really well and added it to our teriyaki sauce. You want to ensure that your flame is on low at this time, because the sauce will get extremely thick, and you want to make sure that you're mixing once you've added the cornstarch slurry, because it will definitely start forming lumps in your sauce if you don't do that. So go ahead and mix. Then we're gonna add our beautiful meatballs to the sauce, cover our pot, and allow it to cook together on a medium-low flame for around 5 to 7 minutes. I wish you guys could smell my kitchen right now. This is smelling so good. This is how we're looking after that 7 minutes. I'm just gonna go ahead and baste my meatballs with this delicious sauce. So want to flip your meatball so the other side is cooked in this sauce as well. And of course, guys, go ahead and taste your sauce to see if you need to adjust anything. If it's too sweet, if it's too salty, now is the perfect time to do a taste test. And as usual, I'll go ahead and leave all the ingredients in the description box below as well. So after around 10 minutes of simmering in the sauce, we're finished. I just added some fresh parsley on top, but this is how we're looking. I served my meatballs with some white rice, and it was so delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and put this full recipe on my food blog. So if you're a person that prefers written recipes over a video, you can go ahead and check out my food blog. It's jamaicancuisine.info. Once you type that in and search that, it will take you to my food blog where you can search for this full written recipe. I will also put my website down below in the description box as well. And I finally released my first e-cookbook. It's also on the website. It's only $4.99, so go ahead and grab yourselves a copy. Thank you guys for all the support. You guys walk good, stay safe. Until next time.